Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jane and I'm a registered nurse in the United Kingdom. My channel is about nursing, lifestyle, vlog, health and all that, but it's mainly about nursing. So today is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a like or comment. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about preceptorship. I spoke a little bit about preceptorship in my previous video I uploaded last week, which was the tips on how to get your first job as a newly qualified nurse or midwife. So today I'm going to delve into preceptorship and how to make the best out of it, because I believe that a newly qualified practitioner's first experience or initial experience is what is going to shape and develop their career. That is why a quality preceptorship program is very essential. Yeah, so one would ask me, what is preceptorship? Preceptorship is the transition from being a student or newly qualified nurse or midwife into a professional to improve upon your practice. So here are some tips I'm going to share on how to make the best out of your preceptorship program. So my first tip for any preceptee is punctuality. Make sure you are always going to work on time so that you don't miss out on handovers, because the most essential part of the day is during handover, getting to know vital and important information about your patients and residents. So make sure you are there on time to get a handover about your patients. Also carry a little notebook on yourself, a pocket-sized notebook, whereby you can jot down certain events and certain things, because it is not everything you can remember. You might say, oh, I'll remember this incident or this thing that happened, but trust me, you might forget, because a lot of medications and diagnoses and all that. So you just, if something just crosses your eye or catches your eye or something, you could just jot it down in your notebook. When you are less busy or when you go home, you can have a look at it, because it helps a lot. I remember when I started, there were so many codes. There's a code for opening the treatment room, medication room, patient doors, patient lockers, so many codes. I just couldn't wrap my head around them. So I just had to get my small notebook and write the codes in them. And now I'm used to it, because when I come home, I just open my notebook and I go like, okay, this is the code for this, this is the code for that. But if you say I'm going to listen to it with my ears and try, you will forget. Also medications, if something new comes across I've never seen before, I will just write it in my notebook. When I get home, I'm going to read about it. Same as diagnosis. If something new you have never come across or seen catches your eye, you could just jot it in your notebook, and when you are less busy, you'd research about it. This is a very important part about it. You need to ask questions. This is very necessary. Ask your preceptors questions. Anything you don't know or you are not sure, ask, because that's the only way you are going to know. There's a policy that says that if you do not know, do not do it. So you need to ask. If you are not sure about something, ask. That's the only way you are going to learn. Because trust me, textbook nursing is so different from being on the field. I never knew this, because when we go to clinicals, we don't really get to see much because we are students. But when you start practicing as a licensed nurse, that's when you would know that nursing school is literally something different, totally different from what is on the field. They are two different things. It's crazy out there. So you need to make sure you ask lots and lots of questions. I know sometimes our preceptors are busy. Sometimes the wards are very busy. People don't have time to answer your questions at that particular moment. And it goes back to the reason why I said carry a small notebook. You just put your question in there. When you guys are less busy chatting or doing something, you could just pop in the question and ask what you want to ask. Because sometimes while you're at that particular moment, you are very busy, the person would not have time to answer your questions. So ask a lot of questions. My preceptor, I really bombarded her with so many questions. Anytime we are working together, it's like a mommy and a puppy following. I'm always following her everywhere she goes. I am following her, asking so many questions, this, that. And she was like, wow. That is how you get to know things very fast and learn very quickly. ask questions. Another important part is volunteer. Yeah, if you know how to do something, if you know how to spike an IV bag, dress a wound, catheterization, anything, volunteer you want to do. I mean, that is if you're on supernumerary, probably have not been signed up to do certain things. Ask your preceptor to assess you, watch you do it. If there's a mistake or if there's something you're doing wrong, they will correct you there and then. I feel like that's another very important tip that is going to make you feel more comfortable and learn very quickly. If you ask questions and if you volunteer to do task and nursing procedure. Also, you need to be very open-minded when it comes to being a preceptee. Don't get fixated on one person, that this is my preceptor, there's only this person I'm going to work with, or it's only this person I'm going to learn from. For instance, I don't remember the last time I was on a ship with my preceptor. It's been so many weeks I worked with her, but I'm working with other nurses. You need to try and work with other people because everybody has a different way of nursing, of doing their things. And then you look at everybody's own. At the end of the day, you combine what is good for you and you're going to make your own nursing habits, like develop your own nursing habits. So you need to be open. Yeah, be open-minded. Don't just close your mind on just one person. That is the only person I want to work with or teach you. Because as I said earlier on, I haven't even seen my preceptor in so many weeks, but she's my preceptor. I'm working with other nurses who are equally good, and I'm going to teach you different things you never knew. So yeah, you just need to be patient, calm down, and try as much as possible to learn from different people because everybody has a different way of doing things, and you'll be amazed. Something let's say nurse A knows, nurse B doesn't know. So that is how you build your knowledge of nursing and develop your own way of doing things. Yeah. And also you should ask them what works for them. Like, how do you plan your day from morning? You plan your schedule, how you're going to do medications, how you're going to do washes of a patient and everything. You need to ask them what works for them. So as I said earlier on, if you get to know how people do their things and schedule their shifts and plan their day, you choose the one that you feel is good for you and use it to build your own itinerary as well. And my last tip I'm going to give is time management. As a preceptee, you should be good with time management. You should know when and when not to do things, prioritize things, when to triage a patient, when to assess, do medications. You should time yourself. You can't do medications at a time when you feel you want to. Everything is about time management in nursing. Same as giving patients washes. You need to develop a way that you can handle your time in order to meet the requirements for the day. So that is very, very important as well. As you are being precepted, you should try and learn good time management as well, because it's going to help you if you're a nurse and you know how to do your things. Sometimes you might plan your day, things might not go as you will plan, because nursing is a whole different ball game together. You would say, oh, today I'm going to have a very calm and nice shift. You will get in and everything gets messy. Patients are getting very sick. I mean, critical patients here and there, and just changes and messes everything up. So you need to have good time management skills. So these are some benefits of preceptorship, which is improved recruitment and retention of new staff. Most of the time, people quit when they feel they're not getting the support they need as new nurses and new midwives. Yes, if you go into a facility whereby you are new and you're expecting to get support from your colleagues and nobody's willing to support you, don't have a preceptor, you are just left on your own to do things, it doesn't serve as a sort of motivation to want to work there, and you get burnt out easily. Burnout is the number one reason why most newly qualified, I wouldn't say newly qualified, most nurses, yes, burnout. That is one of the reasons why most nurses quit. So if you have a good preceptorship program in place for your newly qualified practitioners, it's going to enhance staff retention, and people would want to stay there and it boosts staff morale and satisfaction, because at the end of the day, everything gets done, everybody comes in to help. Yeah, if you're a preceptee, people wouldn't leave you on your own. Even if it's not your preceptor, you are working with the other colleagues who are much more experienced or older than you in the profession. They would all come on board to help you, and at the end of the day, the job gets done, which brings about satisfaction for everybody. Yeah, it brings about competent and skilled staff. Yes, as I said earlier on, you're transitioning from being a student to a professional, so you're building upon your skills and knowledge and what you know, and at the end of it, you're going to be a much more confident personnel. Yeah. And last but not least, it reduces sick absences. When people are healthy and they are happy, that's when they can come to work. But if you come to work and you are burnt out and you're unhappy, obviously you're going to call in sick. So putting like a good preceptorship program in place helps reduces stress on newly qualified practitioners, because they know they have shoulders to lean on or someone to help them. Yeah, because already the anxiety is too much. Pre-shift anxiety, it is just too much. Despite the fact I have support from work, every time I'm going to work, I'm so anxious because things could easily change during the day. You would think, oh, it's going to be an amazing shift, I'm going to have a nice day, and then things just turn around within a minute of twinkle of an eye. Which brings me to, I'm going to clock 6 months as a newly qualified nurse next month. Yeah, it's going to be 6 months. I'm going to bring an update on how life has been as a newly qualified nurse. My updates, on that. I'm going to bring that soon. I'm going to tell you a whole lot about nursing and how it has been for me so far. Yeah, so these are some of the tips for preceptorship if you want to make the best out of it and learn and, get your skills and all that. These are some tips you can use. So this comes to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, like, and that's that. Bye.